Pap? It's me! It's me! Hi. Well, look who's live. More like, look who's alive. Yeah. Bet you're surprised. Hello, Moon! Wait, no, that's wrong. Hi, Pap. Hello, Space Bits. Oh my, here we go with the ad break again. Okay. Okay, dude. Hello there. Hello, Pond. Gas Papita's finally live when I'm able to watch you be. It's been so long. Yeah. It's been so long. I'm glad you're streaming. I had missed your last one. Well, you're here now. Buenas noches. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. Good evening. Good evening. Emma with the 28-month subscription. Thank you so much, Emma, for the 28 OG months. Pappy, you were so right about the Trolls 3 movie. It's so good. I know. I have never been wrong in my life. Ever. It is quite the banger, I must say. Man, that's a good movie. It's just so, it's so fun. It's such a fun watch. It's midnight and I only slept 3 hours yesterday, so I'm not going to stay long, but I wanted to pop in because I keep missing streams. Well, thank you so much for popping in anyway, idiot. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. I haven't been able to okay. I haven't been able to catch a stream in quite a bit. This is a marvelous day. Yes, it is. A marvelous night, so to say. I still need to watch the new Trolls movie. Well, look forward to the day that you do. Also, so we're welcome. Thank you for following. Yeah, you did it, Pap. I'm always really good at those things. I guess it just comes naturally. How are all of you guys? After not seeing my brilliant little Papita face for so long. So long. Mon streamer son bilinguist base. I butchered that. I butchered that. Hi, Pap and Chat. Hello, Cloudy! Hi! And Ponwos with the subscription for 14 months. Thank you so much, Ponwos! So many, basically, like, pretty much all the subscriptions we have are, like, super OG subs. You know, I think that kind of says something about the community. Missed you, Papita. I missed stream. Yes, I did. Every time I think about streaming, I think about like the 2 billion other things that I have to do. But like, here's the kicker. I don't stream, and then I also don't do the things I have to do. So you know what? Today I actually did some things first. Pap time, third sticks, hi! 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 There are actually quite a few things that I have to work on art-wise. I have one commission that I'm currently working on that needs to be rendered. But today, I spent like the last hour and maybe hour and a half just like thumbnailing this drawing, or sketching, I guess. Because it's not, let's be honest, chat, we're not gonna fucking clean it up. Are you kidding me? But you know, let's see. Let's see how it goes today. I really want to get back into my OC era. You know how I am. You know how I am during the OC eras. It's a fun time. It's a fun, crazy, slightly unhinged time. But the thing is, you can't get into an OC era if you don't know what OC you want to be obsessed with. Good evening? Good evening, Sower! Pap Queening a sketch challenge? That's the scariest thing I've ever read in my life. OC era, best era? Yeah. Chive? Yeah. I really tried. I really tried. OMG, I got into a little era too. I went back to bullying lore and AI again, so it's you. It's you. I got one of those. Okay, so chat, I still use character AI. Okay, let's push that aside. Let's not address that. But I was looking at the, I guess it's like the Spotify Wrapped of character AI. But because I've made a couple of bots off of my OCs, it was telling me, it's like, oh, you know, you have one that's like in the top 2% of like characters that you've made. And it was a fucking Warren bot. And it said like there were like 32 messages, like not 32, what the fuck, 32,000 messages that were sent to the Warren bot. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys saying? What are you saying to him? Did you finish Clive? Thank you for using the proper name. The answer is no. No, I actually have not finished Clive. You know, we definitely cleaned it up a little bit since the last time he showed up. I kind of fixed the proportions because his, like, eyeballs were, like, super... Me when I don't change my screen. Me when I don't change my screen to the drawing. I changed his eyes so that it's, like, a slightly smaller proportionately to his face. I like how it looks better now. It's just, you know... When it comes to OCs, there has to be, like, a feeling of inspiration behind it. I can't just draw it for the sake of drawing pretty picture, you know? And I feel like a lot of people must relate to this. That's why we were all, like, given plus 10 skill points whenever we're hyperfixated on something. But anyways, my main concern is I need to find... Not even make. I don't even have to make new OCs. I just need to figure out which OCs are like the ones that I want to focus on for the next month or so. But you know, you need to get that spark. The spark of inspiration. The head looks very weird proportionally to the body. Yeah, I think it's because like we have this mystery area over here that's like the neck thing that covers everything. That's like the equivalent of putting your hands behind your back. It's because I didn't want to draw it apart. But we'll fix it at some point if I ever decide to fix this drawing, which will very likely be never. But anyways. Pico? Yes, Pico is joining us, and pretty soon I will actually see Pico in real life. Because I'm going to be going back to my family's for Christmas. It almost didn't happen. Honestly, I messaged my dad like a defeat message. It's like, oh, you know, you probably can't get me for Christmas. Cause you know what my work did? They scheduled me to work all the way until like the day before the 24th. The day before Christmas Eve. So, you know, my dad's kind of taking one for the team. So he's gonna pick me up straight after work from my workplace. I'm going to eat your work, yeah. And this was like after I wrote a specific message that was like begging them in the little, there's like a little boxy right next to requesting the days off. And I'm like, please give me this week off. If I don't get this week off, it'll be like the third year without seeing my brother in person, okay? And they still did it. But that doesn't matter, you know, since we're gonna get to go there anyways. It's 2 a.m.? No. No, it isn't. Maybe if you're in the wrong time zone. I'm gonna be honest, chat. These days, I'm kind of like a grandpa when it comes to sleeping. I go to bed at like 9 something sometimes. My years, they're catching up to me. But yeah, the thing is, like, I don't know if I have enough creative juices in me to like actually come up with a plot for an established OC universe, if that makes sense, you know? Like, what would I say? Like, the one that Clive is from, yeah, that's an established OC universe. And it has, like, some elements that could be a plot, but it doesn't actually have a fucking plot, okay? And I'm not exactly in that mood to go on making stories. I just draw the pretty pictures. That's all I do. I took 3 melatonin gummies and slept for 4 hours. Those dreams must have been crazy. Even if you didn't remember them. I actually had quite a cool dream last night. I was considering making it an OC thing, but it's kind of like following that same format where it's like, okay, the characters are cool. Maybe the concept is sort of cool, but there's no story. You guys have dreams with melatonin? Sometimes it feels like my dreams are more vivid with melatonin. What the hell was that sound? I think my rats are just going crazy in there. Actually, Poe, the very first, I don't know if this was necessarily the exact first time I took melatonin, but one of the first times I dreamt on melatonin, I had like to date the most like horrific nightmare of my life. And that actually kept me off of melatonin for a long time. I always forget melatonin and just stay awake. Yeah, the thing is, like, with melatonin, they say, like, oh, take it an hour before you go to bed. Like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to, like, perceive the future? That far ahead? No thanks. I can't even order something without it arriving that day. Otherwise, I forget that it exists. I take melatonin and then I start to fight it. I wonder if it's like Quaaludes, where it's like you fight the urge to sleep and then, you know, things get silly. It should be an hour before you want to go to bed. Even then, it's like I'm either awake or I need to go. That it's the same with like hunger, where it's like you don't know you're hungry until you're starving. I get really afraid of like the Hat Man when I hear those Benadryl things. I guess my guess is like it's like societal collective consciousness that causes everyone to like see quote unquote the Hat Man. But like, what if he's real? It's the same thing for those people who are on I think it's called DMT. There's like a saying that some people when they go on DMT, they like see like deities or some shit and it's like very similar their experiences. I go without food for like 7 hours straight, and my stomach is just like, this is fine. The stomach is very, very silly crazy at times. This morning, I woke up with the intention of being responsible with my breakfast eating, so I had an apple. Just, you know, single healthy apple, in the famous saying, you know, apple a day keeps the doctors away. You know what happened? Right after I ate that apple, I fucking threw up the whole thing. No reason. It just like instantaneously made me feel so sick out of nowhere. But then right after that, I have some mac and cheese. Nothing. Nothing happens. Evil apple? Yeah. Poison apple? Maybe it was poison. I assumed it wasn't poisonous because it wasn't like squishy. It was like still like a firm, nice apple. But that apple had been in that fridge for a really, really long time. Next to some like going bad stuff. Hey Pap, is the timer true this time? Perhaps. I hate apples because, like, you don't know if it's gonna be grainy. You have to bite into it. That is true. I bought some red Rome apples, and they're that kind of grainy texture, which I'm not fond of, but I give it a pass just because, like, they're the most beautiful apples I've ever seen. They're just so red. Pap, how do you get out of art block? You don't. See, in the past, I would have said, like, oh, I never get art block. No, that was me when I was, like, obsessed with something. That's why I didn't get fucking art block. Now, I just wait it out, and that usually does the trick quite well, you know? Just, like, ignore it. Just don't draw. Because if you force yourself to draw, it's just gonna make you hate it. But then, like, consider your art block time as, like, your chilling out, relaxing time. I like to think of it as, like, recharging. Sometimes it's not art block, sometimes you are just burnt out. Okay, to be fair, I don't think I could tell the difference between art block and being burned out. Actually, maybe I could. I can definitely relate to that feeling of, like, not knowing what you want to draw at all. But yeah, definitely having an interest of some kind, especially a media adjacent interest, those are like cocaine for artists. Not just like an interest itself, but it has to be something that's already like somewhat artsy, like through some kind of artistic medium. Cause then it's like you get that high off of reinterpreting that art medium in your own art medium, if that makes sense. Being heavily into something is such a good thing for art because I went from not drawing much or sharing it publicly to drawing and sharing it constantly because I'm normal. Yeah. Except these days, it's like I don't do either, which I don't really understand. But I do want to post more often. My favorite game has like no content, even fan wise. So, like the past year, I've been feeding the fandom myself because if no one will do it, I will. Yeah. It's kind of like, the people that enter in the Californian boom towns early before they turn into like those ghost cities. You get to establish the entire ecosystem of that fandom before it ever gets popular. Oh my god, that just reminded me of a fucking dream I had the other day. I think I already told Bree this. I was saying it in Bree's chat on a stream. But I had a dream that Hassan went to Amino, and this was on stream. He was streaming himself looking at Amino communities. Specifically, it was like the context within the dream was like Amino was shutting down because it was getting bought out by corporations. And then he comes into this one fucking community that has no people in it except me. So I'm the only one in this Amino community, and I'm just like nonstop just posting my own art in that community by myself. And it was so fucking embarrassing. I was getting clowned on by his chat. I like to think that's kind of how I am in my own head, though. My current hyperfixation is my own OC and story, so I have to make my own content. Yeah. Please, God, give me strength. Give me the power to, like, just make, like, a goddamn OC document like I did back in the Ayakashi era. It'll happen, I swear. I think all I need to do... So either... God damn it. I didn't even introduce the fucking art that we're drawing today. Okay. Okay. So, this is what I sketched out a little bit before the stream. This is one of my OCs, one of my real OG OCs. His name's Eric Melody from the Solaria timeline. let's see if we make progress on it. I'm like hoping that like I draw the thing first and then it looks cool enough to give me inspiration. Because currently, none of the OC storylines or anything are giving me that spark that I need. And I need it. I need my fix. This is the blonde, correct? Yeah. And to date, Eric has like one of the absolute favorite OC arts I've ever done. Let's see. We can probably pull it up somewhere here. This one! Oh my god. I don't even know if it's necessarily like the lines or anything, but like the color combo of the lines and the colors here, that's like something I've never been able to replicate again. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I love how this looks. So we will try again. Oh, and I really need to finish this goddamn drawing of Finn. Anyways, that's something else. Also, this one! Why do I have so many OCs? These ones are like, they look really cool in my opinion. It's just that they have zero story. So it's like they float in a limbo. I have nothing I can do with them. He looks like a small cold could take him out. No, that's not true. He can survive nukes. Quite literally. Hello, those are so cool. Thank you. They're like one of my favorite OC designs, even though they're empty. They have no souls. I'm tired, so I'm a dip out. Good night, Pap. Good night, chat. Good night, idiot. Unrelated, but I just remembered Artfight exists, and now I'm excited. Slow down, Pawns. Artfight's not for another, like, 6 months. 6, 7 months? I'm not sure. I can't believe I didn't participate in Artfight. I always do this. Every single year, I say I'm gonna Artfight, and then I don't. I make a bunch of characters, but I never care to call them OCs, and I never actually care about their existence. Maybe that's the healthy mindset to have for it. Pap, get in VC. I'm bored and eepy. Okay. I will do as the Poe requests. Okay, wait. I'll join the pizza parlor streaming VC. Jochta lota kota sota mota do. Hi.
Good morning, USA.
I have a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. Ba-bum bum bum. Oh, say it's well to say good morning, USA. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Good morning, USA. Hi.
Good morning. It's been so long.
It's been so long.
Stop. Psst, enough. How are you doing, bestie?
What? Bestie?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bestie?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Why? Why sometimes?
Oh, you know what you did.
I've never done anything wrong in my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Pop.
we're just drawing. I think. God.
No.
Okay, maybe we actually have to do some sketch correction after all, chat. I don't think I'll be able to color this thing and it's too goddamn messy.
It's okay, Pap. Just run it through an AI and it's all good.
Who are you? Who are you? It's like I don't even know you anymore.
It's been so long, Pap. You left
It's
me alone.
been so long.
I'm in my evil arc. I'm like that bear from Toy Story.
Lotso hugging bear. I would be Lotso.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I kin him. Except I'd be like successful.
Yeah, see, that's why you can him.
I always wonder what was like his fate at the end. Cause like I know he got
They
strapped to the truck, but is
yeah.
that his fate forever? Like until he just like
Yep.
experiences toy death?
Yep.
It's like it's like worse than death.
Yep. And it will happen to you too.
You know what? I could see them having like maybe a heartwarming Pixar short about Lotso's fate attached to the truck. Maybe like meeting some other like zany characters along the way that get attached to the front.
Ooh, a found family.
I heard that they do that shit for like kids and stuff too. Like the truck drivers, they put stuffed animals on the thing for kids. I heard that somewhere. I don't know if that's true.
Like, you were gonna say like they put kids there.
Whoa. Yesy woo alert. Hello, Yesy.
It's all the it's all they're all here. Nom 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 nom.
Poe, do you have any
Yep.
advice on like forcing a hyperfixation on your OCs?
Oh, I don't know. It just happens with me.
What the heck? Are you saying you're like
Usually,
talented? Are you saying that's your talent?
yeah, I just know that's my curse. It's my curse being hyperfixated in my OCs, and then I am the one that has to make the content, and I am the one that has to write the stories and make the drawings and make the head canons. But they're not head canons because I made them, so they're just canon. It's the worst.
I wish I
Ugh.
had that curse. That doesn't sound like a curse to me. That sounds like power. It's like you're God all the time.
Maybe I am.
What?
Among Us.
Will you grant my wish?
What? Yeah, what's your wish?
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
You have 3 seconds to
Um,
pick a wish.
I wish for more
3.
wishes.
Okay, you get 2 wishes, so now you have 6 seconds. 6.
Okay, I wish for an infinite
5.
number of wishes.
Okay. I don't. Just,
I swear, if I ever meet a genie, I'm gonna look for any possible way to ask for more wishes. Like, no matter how many times they deny it, I'm gonna, like, put it in a different syntax. I think one of my best ways is finding songs that fit them and making a playlist and listening to it constantly. See, that's an excellent suggestion, MR, except I don't listen to music.
You just have to put them in scenarios. Like, you just have to, like, put them in scenarios long enough, and then you'll just, like, constantly think of them. You know?
Who joined?
Hi.
Whoa.
Pat, my
Oh,
2 favorite
this
people
guy
in the
up.
whole entire
I don't trust
world.
that guy.
Who was that guy?
I don't know.
Okay, what the fuck? I always said hi to my 2 favorite people in the whole entire world, and I get killed.
I don't trust you.
I love Good Omens and Daredevil, and
I don't like Daredevil.
oh, what?
Yeah.
What about my
I like-
interests? Why didn't you name any of mine?
Pat, because you're a
Yeah.
freak. No, I'm kidding. I love Hunger Games and Monopoly.
That
Yeah.
owl thing that you liked a while back. What was it? The Wordians of
How do you not
Kahoot.
listen to music? I can never see. I
Wait,
used
what?
to enjoy listening to music all the time, no thanks. And then I stopped paying for my music subscriptions and I couldn't afford to buy them again.
Just like YouTube and Adblock.
I did actually make YouTube playlists, but I recently can no longer afford YouTube Premium, so it's like there's basically no point if I'm going to be having an ad play between every single song.
You can just like when I was like a little guy and I didn't have YouTube Premium, I would just like get one of those videos that were like 50 minutes, so just like a whole album.
See,
and then just, like,
I
YouTube
can't.
MP3 that.
I can't do that. I don't listen by artists. I only listen by songs.
Oh no, I like artists.
Yeah, for each artist that I know, there's probably like only 3 songs of theirs that I enjoy.
Yeah, but the thing is that you know, I just like search for the greatest hits albums because I usually like use the most popular music of different artists. I'm like basic. I like the
Whoa.
top 10.
Yeah, I like listening to like the same things over and over. It's like kind of like a
Yeah,
cult
that's
where
same.
it's like you only keep the exact ones that you know and only rarely indoctrinate a new song.
No, yeah, same. There's like 5 songs that I've been listening in repeat for like a year. We're so normal. Uh,
I do have my
you know, the other
karaoke
day,
playlist. Yeah, yeah,
the other day I went to the neurologist
yeah. Mhm.
to you know, for the brain,
Yeah.
and he like gave me questions, like regular questions for 10 minutes, and then he like looked at me and he was like, "So have you considered like an autism diagnosis?" I was like, "Oh my god,
Have you noticed your
you."
silliness?
Yeah, I was so silly. I was so silly. I was like talking about Minecraft and
See, I kind of like get that, but it's just me talking about concerning things.
at one point I like mentioned art, and he was like, "Oh, so you get like focus like while making art?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sometimes like I forget to eat or to like go to the bathroom." And he was like, he like whispered while writing in his computer like, episodes of hyper focus.
Mhm.
I was like, you know, he knew everything.
Dog, I feel
So I
like the
like that.
opposite sometimes. I feel like I have to convince my psychiatrist that I'm mentally ill.
Yeah, no, I've been having the same problem for like, how old am I? For like at least 10 years. That's why I was so surprised. I
Spotify
feel like
has a
he knew.
discount for students, so rather than $10 a month, it's $5, but you can only get it for 4 years. Do you have to like
It's
let them
still
know that
good.
you're? Do you have to like submit proof of a student? Because I'm currently like barely a student, if I even am one. Shut up! Shut up! Bot! Be gone!
Oh,
No, we just got a little unwanted message.
oh, I thought you were talking about stream elements. Pap, you're my favorite bot.
Puta!
Yeah, you would say that.
What the heck? Anyways, chat. Let me talk about my personal life for a moment. So,
Yippee!
I recently came back from my latest appointment with my psychiatrist. And I feel like we're going around in circles here. You know, I had mentioned in the last stream that we were possibly looking into getting a diagnosis of something else that could explain my behavior. But I guess it turns out that they don't think I have it. So now we're like back to
Oh,
square one. We're back to square one, treating the same thing that we were treating before. It's just we upped the
oh,
dosage.
the dosage of what?
And I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, if they think that I don't have it, then I probably don't have it. Cause like it's 90% probably like me convincing myself that I have things, but also like I am so tired of not being fixed. But we will see. Does the dosage work? I don't know. I only started doing the higher dosage like yesterday. I actually am taking even higher dosages than I was prescribed, cuz I was prescribed like wait, no. I was just prescribed slightly less than double my current amount, but I ordered the meds and they haven't arrived yet. So now I'm just taking like twice of my current dosage at once.
Mm,
But you know, they said the only thing that gets in the way of taking more is like if you have side effects like nausea and stuff. But I'm like completely fine. I don't know what those other people are experiencing. I don't have any nausea whatsoever.
yippee! Yippee!
But yeah, I mean, I guess it does make. Okay.
Oh,
So, if these meds work, then it's most likely that I have ADHD. If these meds work. I'm not sure if they do. I probably won't know for a while. If they don't work, however, then I think we're going to be at a bit of a loss here. Because we kind of have treated everything.
Yeah, but like with ADHD, I got diagnosed with ADHD in like 2019, and they gave me some meds, and they didn't work like at all. They gave me like heart palpitations and nausea and stuff.
See,
And so
yeah.
I spent like years without any medication, also because I couldn't like see a
Mm-hmm.
neurologist, psychiatrist. But then this neurologist gave me another like I don't know what he gave me, but this works.
Oh,
Don't give up.
I want the working one. Give me the working one.
Yeah, but you know, you just also have to like give it a bit of time, at least a week.
I think the problem is that because I don't have an official, like, board certified diagnosis for anything, they can't give me, like, those strong things that they give for ADHD, like actual stimulants.
The good
So
stuff.
I'm just, like, taking whatever the fuck this is. Like, some, like, ADHD adjacent medicine.
I see.
But, you know, if there was a way to replicate the effect of stimulants, because it's like, couldn't that just be, like, drinking a lot of coffee or something?
Wait. Nom, 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 nom.
There really is no way to fix medication helps, but there's nothing wrong to fix. But MR, the thing is, like, I know that I was better before. So technically, I feel like there is something that should be fixed because I was not always this way. So whatever it is that's gone untreated has been getting progressively worse.
Yeah, but for example, with both ADHD and autism, the thing is that if it doesn't get like diagnosed in time, then you're just gonna like, get burned out because you just spend so long, trying to like work without, like the correct tools.
Yeah.
So it's not like that you are getting worse. It's just that like you're getting tired of like trying to be normal.
You know what? That actually makes sense. I think my brain is actually, like, literally turning into a raisin. Because, like, sometimes I'm, like, straight up, like, I start spasming out. Like, my brain is dying.
Yeah, no, same. I think the best thing that you can do is just, like, try to get a diagnosis and like, a treatment, not just via, like, a psychiatrist. Not just, like, a psychiatrist, but, like, I don't know, like, what's it called?
A
Like
therapist?
behavioral.
Yeah,
Therapist.
cognitive behavioral therapy. My
Yeah,
psychiatrist
that.
actually did recommend that I should get a therapist, but the thing is, man, I say but the thing is a lot. But, like, anyways, they recommended me to get a therapist, but I also can't afford the therapist. And I also haven't told my psychiatrist that my insurance is, like, about to run out.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just barely stretching this thing out for as long as I can to see if by some miracle we find out what medication works, and then I can just, like, fucking figure it out from there. Because, like, for example, the meds that I'm taking right now, they're basically just the equivalent of exercise, because it's like norepinephrine or some shit like that for the brain. So it's like, you know, if we apply that to other things, if I know that, like, oh, norepinephrine is what makes my brain work better, then I can, like, start exercising or some shit. I know what some people in chat may be thinking. Oh, why don't you just fucking exercise anyway? It doesn't work that way, okay? I can't just make myself motivated enough to do something I don't want to do. It also could be that it's not getting worse, just your situation is making the issues more prominent. For me, my ADHD didn't start showing up until I got out of high school because there was a set schedule there. That is definitely a huge component of MRAR. You're pretty right about that. Once I got into college, it's like everything just exploded. My psychiatrist actually said I most likely have developed like a bunch of just unhealthy coping mechanisms growing up. But now that like I'm by myself, it's like I'm unraveling like Tokyo Ghoul. Most people our generation have, yeah. It's just, I really want to stop getting like... Okay, this could all be in my head, most likely. So, like, take this with a grain of salt whenever I, like, talk about how other people perceive me. Most likely, it's, like, me just, like, perceiving their perception. But, I hate that feeling where it's, like, you're being slightly looked down upon when you, like, talk about, like, how you're unable to do certain things, Like, for example, all my coworkers around me, they're, like, in school. They either have degrees or they're working towards degrees. And I always got to explain every single time. It's like, yeah, I've been in school for 5 years. And yeah, I'm taking a break from school. And yeah, I'm no closer to getting my degree than I was 2 years ago. But I'm trying, okay? I'm trying so hard. Even though it looks like I'm not trying at all. When does your insurance run out? Most insurances have enrollment right now to early January. I think it probably does end in January, yeah. It's like based off of my school quarter. Because I submitted a withdrawal from my quarter and they charge the insurance fee for the school quarterly. But I might look into getting an insurance that's like the same as whatever my current thing is using. I guess I should look up the rate for that right now, actually.
I don't know how insurance works in the US.
Let's see how much this is.
I should be drawing. I have to.
Yeah, I should be too.
I have an art stand this Friday, and I wanted to make postcards, but I just have no ideas for like designs. Because I want to make like good, cute stuff like cats and dogs, like not fandom stuff.
I actually,
it's gonna be like,
yeah.
It's gonna be like regular public. We're just gonna be like in like a plaza in the middle of the city, so it can be like having a good omen stuff.
I respect you, Poe. You're doing like actual artist shit.
I'm trying.
You're grinding. You're grinding.
Yeah, I'm just trying my best. I wanna get a job in the arts. I just finished college. I am officially unemployed.
But you're also officially an artist. You're a professional. Is it like college that makes you a professional or going to work that makes you a professional? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just with arts complicated. It's not like medicine that you have to like study to like do it. With art, you can just like go. I mean, I studied art because I was like, yeah, maybe if I get like the paper, it's like more legit,
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up how it's like every other subject, it's like all you gotta do is like maintain the grades and pass the test, and then you could basically like forget all the knowledge and just retain like base amounts of it to get the job. But art, it's like even if you learn everything, if you're not good, then you're fucked.
Yep. So I hope I'm good enough. I need to make a proper portfolio. I don't have a good one.
I feel kind of happy in that because I do a lot more of like what would you call it, like scenery, a lot more composition kind of paintings. I actually have portfolio worthy stuff instead of like 2 billion characters that are standing in the middle of the page.
And that's me.
But yours look cool. They look cool and they're compositions.
I've been looking at that composition grid for like 2 hours now, trying to draw something. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna go crazy.
I'm gonna
lose my mind.
I'm gonna get silly for the last time. I actually want to start doing recording work, but like with actual English audiences. I just have no idea how to even break ground for doing recording work in English.
What's recording work?
It's like like voiceover stuff and voice acting and whatnot. Because it's like, God, I've had this many years of experience. It's just like, I gotta actually get someone that's willing to buy it. That's the problem.
I have no idea about how that industry works.
Yeah.
Nom nom nom.
Because, I mean, I would plug it to my art Twitter, but it's like, no one on my art Twitter is following me for voice acting. They're following for art.
I mean, you can force them into following
I
you for the
can.
voice
I
acting.
can force them.
That's what I've been doing for like years. I've been forcing my audience into this stuff. You can do it. You can like, I don't know, have you seen when like a comic strip gets popular and then someone goes and voiceovers that and it
Oh,
also gets
yeah.
popular? You could do like that.
Now that I think about it, how do they do that? Like, where do they get the connections for that? I want to voice the next Ana video.
I mean, you can just like start like, hi, I can do voiceover, and I have like, I can start doing it right now. Look at my voice.
Chat,
Yeah,
how
you
would
can
you
do it.
react if I was like a character in the next episode of the Digital Circus?
I would scream and I would throw up and I would fall to the floor. I will be like that. You know that like pointing at something,
Yeah.
drawing pose with like an open like mouth expression. That would be me.
Maybe I should. You know what? Fuck. Maybe I should record like a reel. Oh, it's so embarrassing though. I feel more so than drawing because it's like everyone has a starting point in drawing, and technically that's true for like voice acting or whatever too. But it's so much more embarrassing if you debut with like voice acting or singing and you're not good. That's like number one fear in existence.
I know that your voice acting is good. I've seen you in Minecraft.
Minecraft.
In the Minecraft.
I should reference my Halls SMP VODs when I want to get a job.
You should.
Pap in any content I consumed is like the biggest jump scare ever.
I don't think Pap's real.
I'm not! You know what though? One day we will see what Pap looks like in real life. And you'll be shocked.
I saw Pap in real life.
No,
That dream
no you
I
didn't.
had
Oh.
where you married Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, that was actually real.
Imagine if one day I see you IRL and you're like exactly like that.
It was a premonition after all.
Yep. The gift of thing.
Pap, you've already debuted basically because of that Bears SMP application. Oh, don't remind me of that thing.
What happened to Bears SMP?
It just, it ended, I guess. Bear specifically, Bearbub stopped streaming, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
The hurdle has been jumped. I don't know. I think I maybe have, like, stepped back over the hurdle since that time.
What is hurdle?
It's like, when you're in a running competition, there's those things to jump over.
Oh.
I mean,
I can't do that.
I guess the acting in the Bear SMP application was okay, but that also just sounds like me talking.
Yeah, but you have a cool talking voice. You got like authority.
Whoa, Ultra HD. Chat, you know how I've been trying to fix my neck. We're getting a lot closer. Every day that I open up my neck a little bit more, I'm reaching new sections of my larynx. I think my larynx is like pushed either inside or really high up for some reason, and that's because of my SCMs, which is like the two kind of like stalk things that are on the sides of your neck that connect to the back of your head. Those things are like, they're like fucking bricks. They will not budge. And they're in the wrong spot too. Okay. So your neck is like supposed to have like the lines. You know how they like, if you have like an anime character, they have like super defined lines on their neck over there?
Yeah.
And like your Adam's apples over here. So this is actually kind of like surrounded by the SEMs, which is like a much thicker muscle, which I guess in theory should like either be on the sides of it or like even like behind it a little bit because it connects to the back of the head, like around there or whatever. But I feel like mine are kind of like, they're like sunken inside of there. They're like really, really trapped. And it's the weirdest experience, chat. There are some words that I just can't fucking say. Like, for example, there's this one recording that I have to do right now that has the word participant in it so many times. And you have no idea how much that made my blood boil, okay? Because I can't say the word participant. It sounds okay if I say it in like a single instance, but if I say it mid-sentence, it fucks up my breathing every single time. Because when I say participant, it like temporarily causes my nasal cavity to just like shut off. And then I have to like start over my sentence. Yeah. Yeah, repeat it. Repeat it. Say it for the class.
And then I kill you. Yep,
Oh!
it was never meant to be.
No. No.
What? Okay. I won't talk ever again.
Okay.
You won't have to hear my voice.
Okay. God, I hate that word. Participants. Because, like, it's not just, like, my nose gets shut off, but at the same time, my chin area, it, like, becomes, like, rock solid. Like, it's paralyzed. Like, you know, okay, so if you try to, like, do an exercise where you jut your chin out, right? Where you, like, try to push your chin forward. Can you push your chin forward, Poe, or the people in chat?
I guess.
I can't,
like,
I can't fucking move it at all. It's so tight.
Oh.
It's literally so tight that it's like there's someone that's like outside force just like pushing my chin back in. That's how fucking tight the muscles are inside of there. And I don't know which muscles they are. That's the worst thing. Me just trying to locate which muscle it is, that's absolutely fucked. So that's why when it comes to words like participant, where like, I guess in theory, like maybe your mouth is supposed to open up more or something to have air for it, I just can't do that. Which is also why everything I say kind of sounds like really nasally for some reason.
Paprika.
Paprika. Paprika.
Yeah, you would say that. Today I went to the mall and never go to the mall in Christmas season. It's not good. It's not fun.
Oh,
I didn't have fun. It was terrible.
it didn't sound fun.
No, it wasn't. It was so full of people.
Man,
And
I
then
should go
had
to the
to, like,
mall.
I love going to the mall when it's like not like shopping season.
I actually quite enjoy big, giant indoor malls, but we don't have that here. And I don't know why. Especially in California, where the sun cooks you alive every couple of minutes that you're standing there. Why would we have an outside walking mall? I don't know.
All of the malls here are like indoor.
I wish. I miss indoor department stores. That's like, Korea has only the fucking indoor malls, and that was how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I miss the memory of going to a Hyundai department store, and at the bottom floor, I just like order like fucking 4 Cinnabons. I don't eat them all in once, chat. I take them home with me. I miss Cinnabon.
What's a cinnamon? Wait. Cinnabon.
Best iteration of a cinnamon
Oh,
bun.
it's like cinnamon roll? Is it
Yeah.
the same thing?
Yeah, it's a cinnamon
Oh.
roll, but it's like that that chain's version of a cinnamon roll, so it's like really
Oh.
thick and warm and has like a really nice kind of sauce stuff on it.
I see. Cinnamon roll.
I'm going to the mall tomorrow for a late birthday thing. Happy late birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! 생일 축하합니다. 생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 healthy. 생일
Que deseando
축하합니다.
feliz cumpleaños. Parang. Que feliz.
I'll be reading. Okay, Cloudy. How's the reading going?
What are you reading?
Have you started reading?
What are you reading?
Oh, I love that part. Oh, what do you think that means?
I hate that book.
Wait, are you sure you read it correctly? Are you enjoying your reading? Is that book good? I haven't started.
I imagine Cloudy is like shaking. Shaking the ground.
Taking as they send the chat message. I didn't even open it yet. What the heck? You're not a real reader.
Yeah, you haven't even read the book.
I haven't read a book in so long.
What was the last book I read? That isn't fan fiction.
Oh.
Let me look at my books. I mean, Good Omens, I guess. That's the
Aw.
last thing I read.
I hope to eat a book one day. I wish I could drink a book like The Ink Drinker from the hit kids book, The Ink Drinker.
Yeah, you would do that.
Also, hello, comrade. You know,
Comrade.
if it weren't for my slowly degrading attention span, I probably would read a book. Maybe it'll happen someday. Actually, my psychiatrist said that, like, you know, at the end of the day, I probably have to just practice suffering. Because I think we were having this discussion on... Wait, no. I wasn't discussing with anyone. I was just quote retweeting a tweet. Anyways, there was like something... That's a terminally online moment. Anyways, the conversation that I was having with myself on Twitter, there was a tweet that said, it's like, oh, you know, like, was there ever any explanation of, like, why social media or whatever so bad for us and blah, blah, blah. And I was retweeting it, giving, like, a little info dump about how my psychiatrist said that it's, like, neurotoxic because, like, all the constant, like, the clicking and the posting and all of that stuff, it's, like, a constant reward loop of dopamine for the brain. And that got me to thinking about how, like, my entire life is just constant reward loops. So, it probably is at the point where the only thing that can save me is just, like, practicing being absolutely bored out of my mind. And that's a very scary thought.
Among Us.
What?
Yep, and I said it.
I miss doing this type of eyebrow. We have
Eyebrow.
cleaned nothing. We have cleaned nothing.
It's been
It's-
like an hour.
Yeah, it's
I
been
haven't
an
done
hour
anything.
and I
You
just I've just been redoing this eyebrow.
But I need to make 4 postcard designs and I haven't done anything. It's your fault.
Play Uno with
So
yourself
you-
in a mirror, see how far you get. I got Rob messaging me on, like, Ubisoft Connect or Steam or some shit. Like, I don't remember what he said. Said something insulting, because I was playing Monopoly by myself.
All by myself. Nom, nom, nom,
Someone
nom.
redeemed forced progress? Who wouldn't dare?
Wait, how many
You
points do I
wouldn't
have?
dare.
Oh,
What the heck?
we need
What?
some more clap.
Okay. Okay.
Well, anyways. Nom, 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 nom. So, chat, how are you doing? How are you doing? It's been so long. It's been so it's been so long. Um, chat, I'm trying to draw postcards for this Friday. I need to have them ready for tomorrow so I can print them, and then I have to cut them and everything. And I just have no ideas. I want to do something cute with cats, but I'm just like looking at my screen and I don't have any ideas. And I've been thinking about ideas. It's just nothing convinces me. Convinces? Anyways, so yeah. I don't have art block. It's not art block the issue. It's just that I can only draw OCs. But I can't draw OCs for this situation because no one's gonna buy like OC merch. Sadly, no one's gonna buy OC merch. I wish I could sell OC merch. Like no one knows them. I miss Pop. Num 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 num. Guys, have you seen the new life series? The new Hermitcraft life series, what's it called? Secret Life. It was very good. I watched it. I watched the Grand POV, and I watched the Scar POV, and I don't know who else. It was very good. It was very crazy. What? What are you what into, Emperor? The ending was very good. I was surprised by I don't know if I can say the ending because I know that there's like Minecraft people in the chat, so I don't want to spoil it. But the ending, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that person to win. Elemental. Is it like a Sherlock Holmes show? I just yeah, I just look. I mean, it makes sense because you know they were like a finalist once, But like, I wasn't expecting, especially with the height dynamic that they had. The whole Yukon region. I just, you know, Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. I used to watch the David Tennant Doctor Who and the Matt Smith Doctor Who because we used to have the BBC here in Chile, but then they just like stopped having the BBC in like the whole South America region, so I stopped watching Doctor Who. But it was fun. I liked it. I think I even got to see some of the Peter Capaldi Doctor Who. I like Doctor, so full of whimsy and childlike wonder. Oh yeah, I remember I watched one episode. I think it was the first episode of that specific Doctor Who. One with like the plastic people. It was like very
Bota's
funny.
return. My return.
We were talking about Doctor Who.
The Doctor. 10th Doctor was the love of my life. Hi, first time here. If you know Volcat, I'm a friend of theirs just saying hi. Also, what's happening? Hello, Sleepy Swan.
Sunflower.
Hi! Hi, Sleepy! I've just come back from my forced confinement. At the hands of my chat, no less. And we are doing an OC drawing. Not much progress, but you know, so it goes with those things.
So
Where's my
goes.
original PNG tour?
I ate it.
No.
Yes.
God, I wish I could eat Pap's head. Looks like a Welch's gummy. No, actually, it looks like one of those Scooby-Doo gummies that, like, aren't translucent at all. They're, like, completely opaque and they're, like, some weird color.
Gubbies.
Gummy.
Gubbies.
This is what it sounds like inside of my brain at all times.
Yeah.
Me when I jochta everywhere.
What are you doing? Stop doing that.
Jochting?
No, stop.
You can't stop the jochtasness.
I can.
Why would you?
Among Us.
Okay. Chat, let's take a moment to think about, like, what are the OC options for going crazy over? We have Solaria, which has a lot of background. There's certainly a lot of merit in Solaria. It's gonna take some work, though, because Solaria needs a lot of, like, interpersonal character interactions. So that is, in itself, a little bit of a toil. But, let's see. Other universes. Ayakashi has a nice, sweet little blend of both. And luckily, Ayakashi is, like, somewhat episodic in nature. So, you know, we could just do some kind of zany ghost mission or whatever. Let's see. The other one. We have Dearly Damned, but that's, like, that really never even went anywhere. I guess I could draw, like, hot demon people, but, you know, there's only so far that can take you.
Oh, you know.
What's the other one? We also have Lovely Ones, which I've never really
1 hour has passed.
given that much
Time
development
for raw
on,
check.
but it's also
Pap
kind of
heart,
silly.
That means it's time to pap
Lovely
stand
Ones, that's
and
a
stretch.
silly storyline.
Get some popcorn and take a pap sip of water. Go use the bathroom, and Pap
Hmm.
check in with your
Seriously.
needs.
Ooh, we
If
could
it's late,
work
try
on
to get Pap
the,
comfy and
what
sleep.
is it like
And
called,
if you
the
have stuff
Dreamers
to
or
do, Pap
something?
what?
But then I'm gonna have to
Go
do
do
like a
it.
cool
I
character
love you,
design
Papers.
overhaul because
Pap
I
heart.
basically stole Warren's design from the Dreamers storyline. Actually, I stole his name from the Dreamers story. I just fucking stole the character from the Dreamers storyline. We're not gonna talk about that.
It's okay.
Emrar with the roar check. 1 hour has passed, time for the roar check, which means it's time to pap stand and stretch, get some popcorn, and take a pap sip of water, go use the bathroom, and pap check in with your needs. If it's late, try to get pap comfy and sleep, and if you have stuff to do, pap what? Go do it! Love you, Papers, Pap Heart. Thank you so much for the roar check and the 100 pap coins, Emrar.
Emra, more like. Anyways,
I don't think Pap ever has their alerts volume on. It's not by choice. I literally don't know what controls the alerts volume. The source is certainly
isn't it
on.
like-
Maybe if I don't control audio via OBS? I have no idea.
Are you using like Stream Elements, Stream Alerts?
I think so. Yes.
Because I remember that you had to like adjust the volume through the page with those type of like
Oh.
widgets.
I cracked my
Or you
back
just
and thought I snapped my spine. Well, here's a fun fact for you, Sunflower. The cracks that you make whenever you're cracking something, that's just air bubbles. That's not related to your bones at all.
I love the air bubbles in my brain.
Yeah. I have so many air bubbles. Air bubbles.
Bubbles. Bubbles.
All throughout my
Bubble.
prefrontal cortex.
It's okay, I have a little peek. I'll just like pop them.
No, you pop the air bubbles?
Yeah, just open your eye. I have a nice peek.
Air bubbles in my
hope you
joints going crazy right now. Yeah. The ones in my hands are just... Oh, God. I wasn't even intending that one.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
You know, chat, how many lines do you see in your hand related to your joints? I have, like... My hands look so confusing when it comes to their joint imprints. It used to be that you couldn't see the lines at all. And I'm talking like, you know, when you draw like the anime character hands and how some people have this, some people don't. Where it's like each knuckle has like its own line that like leads down the hand. Especially if it's like really slender hands or whatever fingers down here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it used to be that I had like 0 of these lines. And that's normal. Like some people have that, some people don't have it. But then at some point when I started doing massage, it made it so that 2 of these lines on my hand appeared. But the other 2 didn't. So now I just have 2 lines.
I mean, if it is like the index, or no, it's like the middle and the pointer, those are like the most prominent ones.
Yeah, but I'm just more... And it's not even like the lines are... Okay. The lines aren't completely there either. It's like they're fading in and out, which I guess in itself is normal. You guys can tell me, because I've never experienced having the lines on my hand before.
Yeah, it's normal.
But I also don't know what controls it, because it's like, there's nothing. There's nothing on these fingers. And there used to be nothing here, too. But then there was something, just out of nowhere.
I mean, it's the tendons and the bones.
I need to know why. I need to know why so that I can regain my lines. I don't have lines, I have dimples on my knuckles. Yeah, that's what I used to have on my hand. But now it's like, technically they're still dimples, but it's like dimples, but an entire line of dimple. My hands have a lot of like squishy tissue.
My hands are like bony.
Really?
Not like TikTok. Yeah, not like TikTok fuckboy level, but like
Oh. My tendons are kind of prominent, and I also have dimples. Hooray! I'm so envious of that. I always wished I had like the very obvious tendons that go along my hand, because otherwise my hand just looks like this giant like meatball.
Among Us.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're an artist, it does look really tempting to draw on, because it's just like this one uniform flat surface. But we're not even going to talk about the joint problems. Oh, dear God. I remember someone describing my hands as baby hands. That's what people always say about my hands, too. They say I got fucking baby skin. And my friends used to... My like, personal close friends in high school, they used to make fun that, like, I've never worked a day in my life because I have, like, super squishy, soft hands.
I have soft hands too.
Yeah. It's because I wash my hands so many times.
Oh my god. Twitter's dying.
Why?
Finally. Oh, this is not working.
Oh. People tell me that my hands look like spider hands, whatever that means. I'm guessing it's like spindly. Those are like the cool type of hands.
People say I have tiny hands, but that's just like some tiny, so it's like proportional.
Maybe it's because they have like a lot of muscle. Maybe that's why my hands don't look that like, I don't know, bony? Spindly? It would make sense because like the piano playing and the drawing and all that. I wish I had like piano hands. What do piano hands look like?
Those like slender hands.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
with,
not
like,
mine.
long fingers.
I wish I had learned the proper position for playing piano. Maybe my hands would be different today.
Oh no.
But I could also never understand how people play with like the curled finger position, because like if I was playing with the curled fingers, I just would never be able to reach any of the keys.
Oh no, I never played piano.
I miss the piano. I miss it.
The piano man.
Straight skin and bone, long fingers, and lots of muscles. Yeah, I guess I do have to come to terms with the fact that a lot of things, a lot of like the tonedness that I seek would probably come from exercising. But also, you know, I don't feel like I feel that bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you should exercise if you think it's gonna improve your health to exercise. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't really feel that unhealthy. I feel almost like I look different than how I'm supposed to be. At one point, I had drummer hands with a really prominent muscle between the thumb and index. I have never heard of drummer hands. That's interesting. Well, I can imagine, though, when you're doing, like, the...
I don't know what you mean with drummer hands.
You know what is odd, though, chat? Like, the wrinkles around my smiles, like, my smile lines, have been changing a lot over the last month or two. Ever since I started doing, like, the massage and stuff to try and, like, get out those trigger points, I've, like, been releasing more and more, like, dynamic lines or whatever.
Among Us.
Less hands and more just a singular muscle. I will say, I have a whopper of a little palm muscle underneath my thumb. I don't know where it came from. Probably, like, pencil holding or something, but there's just so much meat there. Like, it could, like, literally be a whole drumstick. I've done violin for a bit, and my fingers are double jointed, so sometimes when I play, they lock. Whoa, lock?
Oh. Yeah, I have that problem with like playing the bass when I'm doing like the with the right hand. I'm like I'm not plucking. I'm like no with the strings. They also look because I also have
Wow.
got the fingers.
I do. My fingers certainly walk. I mean, this is kind of more of a recent development because they didn't do that in the past. But I'm not double jointed. And I don't know what that means.
It means you're silly.
It means I got the silly fingers.
Yeah, you got the silly fingers.
And I wish I had some silly string right now. I have the same problem, and I've been playing violin for years. Violin I could kind of see, because like you're constantly like curling your fingers over the finger, the bridge finger. No, not the
I
bridge, the
just
fingerboard.
everyone in your chat plays violin.
A bunch of violiners.
Yeah, nerds.
I tried to play the violin before, but oh my god, it was impossible. My hand could not bend that far. Cello was easy though.
Whoa, someone is silencing you.
What the heck? What the heck? God.
Well,
Just because chat wants to see the artist draw, I have to. What the
yeah.
fuck did my rat just do? Oh, they're wrestling each other.
Bye bye, Pap. Goodbye. Bye. Who was that, guys? Anyways, welcome to the Poet Style stream. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. How am I? Hello, Giselu. I am. It's 3 a.m. and I've been trying to draw something for like some merch since 11 p.m. and I haven't been able to do anything because I have like no ideas, zero ideas, nothing. I have nothing in my brain. So yeah, I'm struggling, but I'm good. I'm generally good. I'm in a good state of mind. Mind, mind, mind. Yeah, the thing, Ember, is that I've been doing the going ip and then coming with a fresh mind for 3 days. I've been trying to draw this since Monday, and it's not working. And that's why I'm forcing myself to do this. Do you also stream full? Yeah, but I don't wanna like. I don't wanna like self promote on pub stream, follow pub, and then I'll show up because I stream like once a year. I have more hours streamed by like indirectly being in Pap's stream, by being in BC, than being in my own streams. It's been so long. It's been so long. Num 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 num. Pap only has 4 fingers. I think he's missing one. No, I think they're all there. One's just like abstracted. Oh no, I think that he was missing a finger. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I just happened to correct that at the time that you said it.
No, you just missed a finger. It's fine. It happens to the best of us. And to the worst of us. Among Us. Hello back. Welcome home. Hi. Unhealthy colors. What are the unhealthy colors? I personally don't like neon green. This is one of the worst colors to like look at neon green and like yeah, I think that's just the worst one. It's like neon. I personally just don't like neon colors. Mostly because of sensory issues. I just think they're too much on the brain. But I feel like the green one's the worst one. Talking about neon colors though, like I hate highlighters. You know those highlighter packs that come with like purple and blue, and they don't have like pastel purple and blue. They're always like the dark versions of the colors. So then when you're going to highlight something, it just like obscures the whole thing because they're just like a Sharpie. They're not a highlighter. They're the worst thing ever. Yeah. Now there's like fancy highlighters. They have like the whole pastel sets. We don't have that when I was a kid, when I was a little guy. We had like those tiny highlighter packs that like had smells, horrible smells. They said, "Oh yeah, the purple one's like grapes." That wasn't grapes. That was vomit grape. You don't like bright reds? That's okay. You know, sometimes it's okay to be wrong, and I respect that. Hot take: low saturation is better. I mean, it. I don't like low saturation stuff. Like if it's the only thing, like beige moms. I don't like a whole palette of low saturation colors. I like a bit of everything because if you have low saturation colors, and if you have something with more saturation, then that's gonna pop up, pop off, pop something more, pop out more. I don't know, colors and stuff.
Jochta's return.
Who are you?
What the heck?
Why are you on my stream?
If you like low saturation, you're gonna love what Hollywood's doing lately.
I don't watch Hollywood.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Darn.
I watch Hermit. They got the colors.
Anyways, low saturation is actually great, but in the fact that low saturation allows you to use high saturation.
Yeah,
there's always got to
that's
be a
why
blend of both of them.
That's what I was trying to say, but I don't know how to speak, especially when it's 3:20 a.m.
Me when I touch that.
Yeah, you will say that.
Chat, it feels like you're being trapped inside of your own head, because I know how to speak, but then I forget what I say, like, literally in the middle of saying it.
Yeah, same.
Oh my god, even when I was recording yesterday, I was recording a sentence, every single time in the middle of the sentence, I start saying something else, because I started thinking, like, a separate thought than the fucking sentence I was reading.
So true.
Really muted colors can be super fun, but they can be hard to use sometimes. Let's see. I don't really use low saturated that often. What's an example of low saturation? I like to think of this as an example of like low saturation with high saturation. Like, for example, I kind of like made the entire canvas somewhat on the lower end so that I can make this moon like the really high kind of exaggerated thing so that you know like what to focus on, right? It's all about placement.
Among Us.
Me when I George.
Yeah,
Though also like there's time and places for high saturation. Like
I love high saturation orange
oh
and
my
high
god.
saturation blue and high
This piece may
saturation
be like a
yellow.
hit or miss for like you guys, but this is like one of my favorite things because it's just like it's literally saturation vomit everywhere, and I live for it.
I like it.
Me when I judge. Man, stars. I need to do more star imagery. I like these stars. They make me think of the gold stars you get in class.
I never got gold stars.
So sad. I miss the days of gold stars. Is Bo getting tired?
No,
Okay,
who would you say that?
there goes my
You
sympathy.
you just say things, but you say these things so
Yeah.
hurtful.
I say things because, like, I'm not gonna remember what I said anyway.
Yeah, same. We're having like a whole conversation with like I'm living on the present, you know. I don't
Yeah.
even know what we're talking about.
this is what it's like when NPCs talk to each other.
Yeah, we use NPCs. We like generative
So what's on
dialogue.
Eric's shoulder?
We just make,
Yeah, we have to make shit up. It's like we're
yeah, we just make
AIs.
them. No, don't say that.
It's like we're literally AI.
Shut up.
You should identify as an AI artist. What's on
Enough.
Eric's shoulder? This is okay, so it's supposed to be like, like a royal cloak, so obviously they have like the fluff and stuff. But instead the fluff of the cloak is gonna be kind of like blended in as like white roses, But then it's like a symbolic thing, because the white roses eventually they blend in color-wise with the white that's gonna be down here. And that's gonna be, like obviously the fluff of the bottom of the coat, but it's also gonna be like blending in eventually with like the kind of shapes of like bones and stuff. Because I'm trying to like put lore. I'm trying to put lore into this shit so I can get inspired. So there's gonna be like 3 white elements. You have the white here, you have the white here, and you're gonna have the white of the moon there. Triple hitter.
You put so much thought into your drawings. I'm like, here's Antonio Sand for the 100th time. Enjoy.
No, see, you have to figure out to do these kind of things if you don't draw that well. If the drawing itself, if like you're not that good at character art, then you gotta like find some way to make it interesting. What about the other colors? It's most likely gonna be, I'll say this is gonna be like red, but like a very kind of muted or cool color, because this is gonna be like a night sky with a moon. So it'll be however like that influences the red of this cloak. Maybe we get like some slight like red satininess based on how the moonlight reflects on the thing to make it like look somewhat shiny. But this is just gonna be like whatever the fuck Eric's clothes are underneath. He has like a very basic bitch kind of outfit.
He's naked.
Yeah, this is just gonna be Eric's naked body underneath that I show to the world.
Yep.
Yeah, and then his hair's blonde, his eyes are like a golden color, and he's white.
Golden. Of
And
course
this
he
is gonna be like some kind of green, because it'll be like a bush of some sort.
George Bush.
Yeah. Just like him. Anyways, the reason why it's like the roses blending into the bones is because he's like, I'm not gonna say he's like an anti-hero. He's not an anti-hero. He's like, there are reasons to dislike him and reasons to like him. Because he's definitely one of the protagonists. But also, he did a very not good thing. What's the song name?
Like,
This is I Dropped Out by And the Kids.
is he like a means to an end type of guy?
That, but also, like, it's definitely a little bit hatefully charged.
Oh,
So
so he's a bit fucked up. He's a bit fool.
he's a little bit, he needs to be reined in a little bit. But that's why we have the other character. That's why they fall in love, okay? To make him normal.
I love when characters fall in love to be normal.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have one person who's like borderline sociopath and the other person who's just like autistic. So this is Eric. He is an alchemist, chief alchemist, war alchemist, however you want to put it. Also royalty. Along with his sister,
Royalty.
whose name is Amelia. She's currently the queen of... I don't know if I want to say the name of their planet. She's the queen of their current planet.
Dream SMP.
No, that is not the name.
Okay. Poketopia.
I have a suggestion for OCs to hyperfixate on Mark and Tom. Oh my god. Mark and Tom. A love interest with the I can fix him mentality? No, it's not an I can fix him mentality. It's a love interest that just happens to fix him because he's like stupid. Because Eric is like canonically the very, very smart one. He's like all science and all that stupid bullshit. He probably like graduated college at least. While Mana, he's like totally hippied out. You know? And this is partially because of like his privilege. Because Mana he's literally like a mage 1. That has like its own kind of like socioeconomic implications because the Solaria universe is basically our solar system that takes place thousands of years after the current age of humanity. And in their canon, humans basically got almost entirely wiped out by the goddess. So it's like, imagine like God, but like, of course, you don't know if God's there or not because you don't like see God or anything. But then imagine one day God just shows up. God just shows up, and that's the goddess. So the goddess just shows up, and she remakes the entire solar system because she's like, you know what? I think they screwed it up. We gotta start over. So she starts it over.
She's like, oh, I fucked up with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, this was a little... Well, actually, there's like a plot twist that like humans weren't invented by the goddess at all. So there's more than one god. It's just the goddess is the only one that's ever made herself known to like people or whatever. So anyways, what was I saying?
Oh no. Oh yeah, the goddess.
Yeah.
Wiped out
So the goddess
humanity.
remade the solar system, and she made like this new kind of like new magic like related. So just imagine your typical fantasy setting, and she split those kind of creatures across many planets. So now it's not just one planet that has life; it's many planets in the solar system that all have their different kind of unique lives. And Earth is like, I actually don't know if Earth is the one that the alchemists currently live on or not. I haven't decided that yet. But
Mars.
there's like a new kind of like majority population intelligent species, and that's the mages, which are basically like humans, but they're like humans that are created by the goddess, so they're like improved humans that can also use magic. All of their magic is connected to the goddess's power. And because of that, anyone who's not made by the goddess obviously has no affinity for magic whatsoever. But then that's where the alchemists come in. The alchemists are not made by the goddess in any way. And for that reason, they're looked down upon considerably by like all the mages and whatnot. Hear me out, put them on Mars. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we should have canon Martians. But the alchemists are the result of humans going through that basically biblical apocalypse and actually going through like straight up evolution over the thousands of years. So I kind of take it as like a spin on the idea of what humans are evolutionarily. So humans became humans pretty much. What separates them from like animals is that humans adapt their environment. So most of the time it's like animals will adapt to their environment. Humans figured out how to change the environment themselves so they can be like fucking lazy and not change themselves at all. And alchemists are like the epitome of that. So they went from like constructing things like humans used to do, and now alchemists specifically have the ability to just like change molecular composition. That's like their superpower or whatever. But it's like they're very powerful, but it's like a skill that you have to be really good at for it to have like any kind of like strong uses, especially if it's like in combat or some shit like that. So for that reason, mages are still obviously much more overpowered compared to alchemists. So there's like a big clash that's between mages and alchemists. Because one of them is like obviously favored by literally God. And the other one, like they believe in their own merit as like a race that is built and like survived for so long by their own virtue. So at some point, they went to war. And they actually, what started off that war was the fact that Eric here, his parents were ambassadors. They were like political ambassadors for their planet. And then they took a trip over to the like home planet for the mages, which is Aurelia. And they got like murdered. Like some kind of like attack or whatever. They got X'd, dead, death.
Oh.
And then he was
no.
obviously, like all characters must, he was there to witness it, so it's like major trauma on that front. Like explosions. I think that was what I was going for, explosive death. And then that leads to some like deep-seated hatred. They were murked. Yeah, they were murked. So then Eric, actually, he isn't like royalty by blood. He became royalty because he was adopted by his best friend. Not adopted by his best friend, what the fuck? He was adopted by the parents of his best friend. Let's make it clear there. Amelia was already royalty. So her father adopted Eric after like this incident that caused both of Eric's parents to die because they were already very close with her father. So then he became royalty by association, but because he's not like the blood royalty, Amelia is still the queen of the planet, not him. He's just like prince technically. But he still works as like the chief alchemist and also like the war alchemist. So when the war finally came, adopted into nepotism, yeah, nepotism royalty, which is basically all royalty.
Yeah.
So when they went to war, they didn't do it on either of their home planets. They went specifically to like one of the moons of either of the planets. I don't know which one it was. So imagine like the setting of like mages and alchemists going to war on like this barren kind of like moon-like area. And this is where it gets a little bit silly. So the alchemists don't actually have the technology of like the previous generation of humanity. A lot of that stuff got wiped out. So they had to like reinvent themselves. It's kind of like, imagine like Harry Potter, you know, how even though they're all like magic, they still have like the fucking like 19th century architecture. So that's a lot what the alchemist planets are like. They kind of look like they're technologically inferior, but that's only because like the people themselves are like so superior health-wise that there are very few things that can bog them down. They're like superhumans. But even that doesn't like make them completely immortal or anything. And mages aren't completely immortal either. Mars has moons. Oh, it's all coming together. You know what? They should just have war on Mars. Wait, is Mars the war god? I think so.
I think, yeah.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. So they went to war. The alchemists were losing the war. And I don't even know if the goddess was involved. I don't think she was. So the mages and the alchemists, they're just having this scuffle. But then Eric, who like kind of wants to take revenge for his family, and he's very, very patriotic. Take with that what you will, because I think patriotism is like a very negative trait for most people to have. But he's very patriotic to his planet. So that, combined with the hatred of like the people that killed his parents, he basically invents like the super, super death bomb. Which is like, he's like Oppenheimer. He's like future Oppenheimer. So, quite literally, he makes like a super nuclear bomb. That's what he invents. And he's the only one that knows how to do it. So he does that by inventing, first of all, the Philosopher's Stone, which is like, of course, we know that's already a thing, but like within this universe, that's a first ever thing. So he makes like an IRL Philosopher's Stone. This is something that's like completely kept under wraps. And this is like something that only he knows how to make. And so he has a lot of trust issues with other people because he always assumes that other people are trying to figure out how to make this Philosopher's Stone. But he's the only one who like trusts himself with that power. The Philosopher's Stone actually makes like another stone. I think originally this actually was somewhat connected to like Harry Potter, but like very, very, very minorly. Because, you know, how in the Harry Potter thing, they have like the Philosopher's Stone and then the Sorcerer's Stone. Like, it's just like a little title change that they made for some reason. So one of them was a Philosopher's Stone. I'm not actually sure which one it was. It might have even been that Eric made this Sorcerer's Stone and that's the one that he kept the secret from, whatever. But regardless, he uses one of the stones, which is his stone, to invent the other stone. Stay with me here. So his stone, which is a secret recipe, is used to generate enough power to set off nuclear explosions. And the energy of said nuclear explosions is then harnessed to create Philosopher's Stones. So Philosopher's Stones are basically like little packed nuclear bombs. And then that in itself was used to make a bigger explosion on like this entire moon. So like imagine like a cataclysmic explosion. But then like because Eric has like the power of his own stone and blah blah blah, because they knew the attack ahead of time, the alchemists were able to shield themselves from this explosion while the mages, they all got like fucking incinerated. So that was like their oh god moment. And then from then on, they basically went into like an armistice where it's kind of similar to like, you know, North and South Korea, where they just agreed and like, let's just stop fighting because this is only gonna get worse. And it's been like that for the last, I think it's like 10 years. Yeah. So Eric was a teenager when he was at war. And then the current like timeline of the story is like taking place when he's now an adult. Teenage Oppenheimer. What was I saying? I don't know why I even started talking about this.
You were talking about the law.
Oh yeah, I guess this is all technically like just leading up to the very first day canonically of the story. So then like after years of tensions, they like simmered down from the very original like war days, but there's obviously like a clash between alchemists and mages. Like they have a very big distrust of each other and are honestly afraid of each other. But then Amelia, who's way more open-minded than most, perhaps a little bit sillier than most, she decides to basically hire like an exchange kind of program so that they can reintegrate their relations with mages. And she does it by hiring an assistant for Eric, because Eric is like the chief of war and therefore very politically tied. Eric didn't want a fucking assistant, okay? He had already been, like, denying, like, the last 20 assistants that she had hired him. So now she was like, okay, I'm gonna volunteer you an assistant. She's like, you don't get a choice, bitch. And she hires Mana, who is a mage, which is probably, like, the worst possible thing that Eric could experience in his life. Because, like, all these other assistants she was hiring, they were, like, alchemists. It's just, he was kind of too snooty, you know? He's like, oh, I don't trust any of them to be around me in my work because they're gonna, like, learn my secrets or whatever. But then you have Mana come in, and then she's, like, trying to justify it. It's like, oh, like, how is he gonna... He's not gonna use your Sorcerer's Stone or whatever. Like, you're being paranoid because, like, mages, they can't use alchemy at all. Mages are not alchemists. So, like, technically, it works out. But also, like, Eric has to get over his own resentment and, like, distrust and stuff. And Mana, he's just, like, here having fun. He's, like, stupid. But also, then that gets into the mages. So the mages also, they have, like, their own exclusive powers on top of, like, their, like, normal magey powers. And it depends. Some of the mages are all normal, but Mana and also Selim, those two are, like, best friends. Selim is very much the kind of, like, I wouldn't say the antithesis. He's, like, the other side of the coin to Eric. So he's, like, also very high ranked in society. He's actually like the Grand Mage of mages. So he's like the equivalent to Eric and also has a great disdain for alchemists because of the destruction that they've caused. And Mana's just here for the ride. He has like a very specific gift that was given to him by the goddess. The goddess hand makes certain mages. So like these mages are considered way more divine, revered, or whatever than others. Oh my god, this is so much to explode. What was I saying?
The mage favoritism.
Oh yeah. So like, I think it's like when mages become like 17 or 18 or something, that's when they get bestowed their actual power. So Mana's like only had it for a couple of years, because I think he's canonically like 23 or some shit. But his best friend Selim has already had it for a little bit, because I think Selim's like 29. Selim has control over space, which made him extremely powerful, and that's why he is the Grand Mage today. Mana arguably could have even taken that position over Selim, because I would argue that the power he was granted was even stronger, because he was given the power of time. So, Mana's a fucking time traveler. It has, of course, its, like, own restrictions. It's not like he can, like, super influence things. It's more like his maximum extent of abilities is kind of like either going back a few seconds, like a few minutes, or just looking back, but he can look back very, very far. And because of this, because of Mana's ability to look back into the past, I don't think he can look into the future. He can look into the past, though. He actually has seen humanity back before, like, all the goddess and everything. So, through those, like, visitations that he's had in the human world, he's come to love humanity as, like, a species, and he sees a lot of the merits and, like, the sufferings and trials and tribulations they've went through. So he's, like, a very open-minded, empathetic person. He's, like, the opposite of all these sociopaths in this story. There's also Tess, who is like, I know we said that Eric was refusing assistance earlier, but Tess is Eric's assistant. Even though Mana is also his assistant, Tess is like his unofficial assistant. Not even like in Real Alchemist. Tess has like her own little funny thing. She came from a planet that's essentially like if America was a planet. So you can imagine what kind of person she is. So
They added America.
they added Americans.
No.
Tess. Tess.
You're ruined.
You don't want to know what the other planets are. I'm holding back because it's too embarrassing. Anyways. So Tess actually came from... I think I literally called the planet Amera. So it's like America equivalent, but like a gigantic planet. And those people are actually, they can't like do anything. They like don't have alchemy powers and they don't have magic powers either. But they are like the closest you could get to literal humans in this day and age. Because they don't have either of those powers, they basically had to reinvent like society and technology and everything. So they're actually very technologically advanced, albeit still looked down on by like literally everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
You would be on that planet, probably.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold up.
Who was that? There's 14 minutes left.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh,
then it's
dear
over.
Lord. God, I'm so glad today's Wednesday. Actually, I don't even have to go to work yet. Because then tomorrow's going to be
It's already-
Thursday, which means I'll have Friday.
Anyways,
It's already Thursday for me.
That's so sad.
so how is your amazing stream going?
I was info dumping all my OC lore.
Again?
Well, I have more than one OC universe.
No way. Wait, you have two?
Brother, I have like fucking
I know.
12.
You've shown me the files. You've shown me
Yeah.
the files.
The evidence.
Mm-hmm. Damning evidence, Pep.
Yeah. Incriminating. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, Tess. So Tess has kind of a silly story. Actually, if anything, Tess has a story that makes her seem the most like the main protagonist, but she's not. I guess she's kind of like, almost like an insert. Has your info dumping helped the hyperfixation? Maybe. I'm not sure. So Tess actually always had dreams of becoming an alchemist. Even though she's not an alchemist. And she comes from a planet of people that are just not alchemists. So she actually could have lived a pretty good life on the planet that she was. Because like I said, they're very tech savvy. Almost utopian, if you will. But she's like, fuck that. I want to be special. So she kind of sort of hitchhikes. What? Who left?
Rob's gone.
What the heck?
Rob's gone. And I'm still here
Yeah.
till the end of the line. Like in Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
So anyways, Tess originally, she asked for like an official travel to the planet that Eric is from. But in order to do that, you need either an alchemist or a mage escort. And no one was willing to be her escort. Now, this reason is going to become apparent later on. And you called it America. Look, okay? I invented this universe when I was in high school, alright? I thought I was pretty clever back then. So she ends up on the alchemist planet. And she immediately tries looking for a job. Because she barely brought anything with her. I guess maybe this is even a privileged mind taking over. She thought that she'd just be able to get a job as soon as she joined the planet. But then she found that every single time that she mentioned that she was American, every single time she mentioned what she was, she'd get denied. She'd get denied from all these places. But it's not for the reason that she's led to believe. So eventually, Tess just kind of becomes homeless for a while, and she sort of sits on the side of the street that's nearby Eric's house, because Eric just kind of walks to work every single day, and Eric notices her on the street, and he gets kind of curious, he gets all up in her business, wondering why she's there. She explains her situation, how she's an American, but she doesn't have any alchemy powers or anything, and she's here all by herself and she can't get a job or whatever. And this piques Eric's interest, because technically we find out that shouldn't be possible. We're not going to figure out why this is yet. So Eric does a little bit of a test. He's how about this? Let's try a little alchemy test. You want to be an alchemist one day, you have to start off somewhere. So he gives her a lump of coal or some shit like that. It's this pure carbon thing. And it's you have to change this into something else, at least anything else. And then I guess at some point she tries and tries and tries and she keeps fucking failing. I actually don't remember too much about what happens at this part. I made a whole comic about it, but I don't know where I put it. What was that?
Open.
Whoa, the Bipster! I was just explaining my OC lore.
When we tune into the Papito stream.
Yeah, you missed out most of it though.
Oh.
Anyways, so Tess is doing this test. Oh my god. Anyways, Tess is doing the test where she's working with the coal and stuff. And then she gets so pissed off because nothing's working. And then I guess in that that flash of anger and passion and stuff, that actually kickstarts the amount of energy that she needed in order to change just a little speck, just a tiny little speck of the carbon block into something else. And I don't know why. I think it actually gets stolen or something like that. By some thief. Oh yeah, I remember why. Oh my god, it's all coming back to me now. They actually wanted to steal the carbon block because on that planet, carbon is worth a lot. Because to alchemists, carbon is one of the most universal materials that they can use to change into anything else. So it's very versatile. That's why they stole the carbon. Oh my god, I finally remembered. But then Eric swoops in the last second fucking superhero over here. Superhero that never smiles. And he basically reveals to Tess that it's you are an alchemist. And it's not you just became one. You have always been an alchemist, even when you weren't able to perform alchemy. And then Tess is no way that's possible. And he's yes, the fuck it is possible. And you know why? Because if you weren't an alchemist, you would be dead right now. You would be dead the second you entered this planet. Because our planet, the Alchemist planet, is extremely radioactive. That's why anytime that someone who's not a mage or an alchemist comes onto their planet, they have to have an escort, because if they don't have an escort, they fucking die of radiation poisoning. So then he's like, you know, I like your moxie, kid. I like your spirit. So then he decides to like take her in as an assistant, but it's pretty much like semi-adopting her, because like she's like, she has nothing. She has no house, she has no property or anything. So she like lives in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Among Us.
I guess at some point Mana also kind of like pseudo lives in Eric's house too, but Mana can like teleport, so he doesn't need any of that. She's been adopted by a patriarch. Yeah. Tess is silly. She's also short.
Whoa. What's wrong
Yeah.
with being short?
Well, it's just like comical because like everyone else in like the entire solar system is tall. Because it's people specifically from her planet. She's from Amera. People from that planet are like, they're short. They're short compared to all the other ones because their planet is like gigantic. And I think that was like a play on the fact that America is such a huge country. So they have like a very big gravity, which makes them durable, but short. While the alchemists and the mages, they come from like relatively small planets compared to Amera, so they're like a lot taller by comparison. Pap, can we get ages for Tess and Eric? Eric, I think he's like, I'd guess 25 to 27, because I've went back and forth between those two ages, while Tess is like 21.
Mo.
Me when I'm Bipster.
Yeah.
Me when I'm
me.
Bippy. When I'm the Bip.
The bib.
When I'm the Bip.
But that's a, oh my god, that's a tasty ass hand. Holy shit. Sorry, just tuned into your Discord stream.
I forgot some fingers initially.
Are you doing that thing where like you do the sketch and then you clean it up? But it, oh my god, why are you doing that to yourself?
Me when I clean my sketch. See, Bree gets it. You're not supposed to clean sketches. That just brings in so much suffering.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Pap invents an America in their OC universe, makes it utopic, then makes America as short as themselves. Hey. Look. Maybe Tess is an author insert, but we don't need to think about that.
Can't believe you made a self-insert
I can't believe we made a self-insert.
and you made them the chosen one.
Look, they're not the chosen one, they're the pitied one.
Right.
Sure, Pap, sure.
Sure.
Whatever you say.
Anyways. I need to make more romantic content, though. I keep thinking about how I always establish, like, Eric and Mana as a couple, but then I, like, draw nothing about them together. Forbidden. That's Forbidden's content.
Among Us.
No.
Among Us.
Okay.
No.
Okay, then.
You made a self-insert and then had her semi-adopted by the main character? Okay, we can stop talking now.
I can't believe you made.
We can
a
stop talking.
self-insert.
And get sold to One Direction.
You know, actually, Tess did have, like, a brief encounter with Salim. Which, that might even be, like, the first time Salim's ever introduced. And he was, like, being an asshole. Which makes sense.
Among Us.
What? Now, why would you say that?
I say a lot of things.
Oh, I forgot to mention, this like, there's, like, a whole love triangle thing. Because Salim is in love with Mana. But Mana is, like, completely friend-zoned him. I kind of miss the Vices too. Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
2 minutes left until you die.
Oh.
Wait, what?
It was never meant to be.
What? No.
Yep, I said it.
Don't say that.
Or what?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
How are you, Bree?
I'm good. How are you, Poe?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm fine even.
It's perfect.
1 minute and 30 seconds. Until
I can
Pat
tell
dies.
the perspective on these little spikes is wrong. This is so sad for the PAP community. No. Oh, wait. Yes. Isn't that one-sided then not a love triangle? Okay, then it's like a love triangle that got stabbed, so there's a hole.
Unrequited love.
It's a love angle. Or actually, what would it be? Because yes, it is like unrequited love, but then eventually Celine gets with someone else. Maybe that's just normal. That's just like normal relationship progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, chat.
It's me.
I feel like you're
knows?
lying.
I wish. I wish I was lying. A cup?
10 seconds.
The B couple? Yeah.
Pap's dead.
I'm... Oh,
Goodbye forever, Pap.
Goodbye, forever Pap. It's okay, a new
Oh
Pap
my
will
God.
be born for the
Oh
next
my god,
stream.
there's no need for this. There's no need for this. Oh my god. Holy shit.
It's kind of awkward. It's taking too long. It's taking too long. Can you like
You're not dead. You're not
hit it
dead.
in the
You're
can
not
you
dead.
like hit it in the head with a shovel? Make it faster.
I'm dying.
This is taking too long.
Anyways. Chat. I wasn't even planning to end, but I guess like everyone's already ready for us to end now. So we will.
No.
And we will raid
No, Pap,
Weichi.
stay. Stay
No.
for a bit longer. Please, it's Christmas. Christmas miracle.
Rain time, let it rain. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for joining. All the new people that followed, welcome. And if you want to see future streams, you should definitely hit a notification because they come once in a blue moon, and if you miss it, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life and you're going to hate yourself. So please, join the raid. Join the raid. Don't end, you're so skibbity, haha. Thanks.
I hope you can you end now just because of that? Can you end the stream just because of that mess?
Join the raid.
Holy shit.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Among Us.